An estimation shows that 690 million means 8.9% of the world population are globally hungry, in which the ratio of Asia is highest. It's 2/3 of the total, that is 67%. Hunger kills more people than AIDS, malaria, TB combined. And to overcome this problem, United Nations General Assembly set Sustainable Development Goal SDG 2030, and their second goal is zero hunger. So how India is working for this second goal, and what efforts we need to take to achieve this goal, zero hunger. Hey, I am Rakshita and you are watching Triple.com. What do you think from hunger and what causes hunger? Everyone feels hungry on daily basis. Most of the people are able to satisfy this craving and need. Even if not immediately, they can count on having a meal or snack with the hours. This is not the type of hunger that bread is concerned with. Hunger means people who suffer from chronic hunger don't have the option of eating when they are hungry. They do not get enough calories and essential nutrients or both. They have a primary need, that how to feed themselves and their children today and tomorrow. They have little energy for anything else. According to you, what causes hunger? So according to you, what causes hunger? Your first answer must be unavailability of food or unavailability of job or poverty. And you are genius, and let's dig it more. So why food is unavailable? Because we eat it all? Absolutely not. But it can be because we waste. Unemployment and job and insecurity. People without job and underpaid in India, for example, bonded labor, poor farmers. There are some people who are seasonally employed. Means they are employed for a particular season and rest of the year they are unemployed. Then the inflation. Day by day, cost of everything is increasing, but there are many factors which causes inflation. And in India, there are latest example is increasing cost of petrol, food shortages and waste. Food shortages in developing countries are common, but why it happens? There can be many factors like climate change, forest fire, due to which crops are destroyed, and 40% of the growth food are destroyed. Sometimes farmers don't get an accurate amount for their crops. And in India, farmer protest is still going on against the Farmer Bill 2020. Then poverty. Poverty is the main reason of hunger. Most of the hungry people live in extreme poverty. Then poor infrastructure. Poor infrastructure causes hunger by making it difficult to transport food to those areas of a country where there are shortages. People have died of hunger in one region of country, while there are plenty of food in other region. The roads were so poor, it was not possible to reach it all who need the food to survive. Crops need water to grow. Irrigation infrastructure is unaffordable to most farmers in developing countries. A lack of water and sanitation. Infrastructure are leading cause of hunger and malnutrition. Unstable markets. People who live on $1.90 per day spend most of their income on food. Unstable condition, they can scarcely afford enough food to protect themselves and family member against hunger. Any fluctuations that pushes food prices up creates additional hardship. Parents tend to cut back their portions during relatively brief periods of instability. Over a prolonged time, they may have to pull children out of the school to earn income to pay for food. War and conflict. Hunger is a both cause and effect of war and conflict. Wide-scale poverty and hunger lead to frustration and resentment with the government that appear to ignore hungry people's right. The poorest member of a society suffer the worst during war and conflict. Homes are destroyed and communities of people are displaced. Peace, when it comes, is often tenuous. The physical infrastructure needed for reconstruction is damaged and might even be destroyed. Nutritional quality. All people who are hungry are malnutrition. Malnutrition means bad health, which is a result of not having enough food or lack of nutrition in the body, which causes fatigue, dizziness and weight loss, and it has more to do with the quality of food than the quantity. Then discrimination. Progress against hunger and poverty can't happen without the economic growth. With this, the prosperity must be broadly shared in the most countries. These are the racial, ethnic, or religious minorities. Among all these groups, women and girls are more disadvantaged than male. Women farmers in developing countries labor with a fewer productive resources than their male counterparts. Why women in all sectors of the economy earn less than men? And why girls are pulled out of the school to work or to marry? These are some reasons of the hunger, but there are many other reasons too. What is the state of hunger in India? According to FAO 2020 report, 189.2 million people means 14% of the people are undernourished in India. 51.4% means more than half of the women are anemic in reproductive age between 15 to 49 years. 34.7% of the children aged under 5 in India are stunted, while 20% suffer from wasting, means their weight is too low for their height. And due to COVID-19, all these ratio has been increased. Food loss and food waste, 1/3 of the food produced in the world get wasted. 40% of the fruit and vegetables and 30% of the cereals that produce are lost due to inefficient supply chain management and do not reach the consumer markets. Lot of food waste during consumption and distribution. Some food is also wasted on the shelves and in the warehouses, labeling errors or due to shorter remaining shelf life. So what government is doing for the second goal of the SDG, that is zero hunger? There are many schemes that government is working on for zero hunger. First is National Nutrition Mission and the National Food Security Act. The some programs which government is running for many years, like midday meals at school, Anganwadi systems to provide rations to pregnant and lacting mothers, and subsidies grain for those living below the poverty line through a public distribution system. And there are many other acts or programs for agriculture. First is National Food Security Mission, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, RKVY. The integrated schemes on oil seeds, pulses, palm oil and maize, ISOPOM, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, the e-marketplace, etc. So what are the targets of India for zero hunger in 2030? We will discuss this in brief. Access of nutritious and sufficient food to all people, especially the poor one. Second is end all forms of malnutrition, stunting and wasting in children under 5 years of age, and address the nutritional needs of adults and girls, pregnant and lacting women and old persons. Third is double the agriculture productivity and incomes of small scale food producer with the secure and equal access to the land. Strengthen capacity for adaptation to climate change, extreme weather, drought, flooding and other disasters that progressively improve land and soil quality. Ensure sustainable food production system. Then maintain the genetic diversity of seeds, cultivated plants and farm and domestic animals. Increase investment, enhance international cooperation in rural infrastructure, agriculture, research and extension services, technology, development and plant and livestock. Correct and prevent trade restriction and distortions in the world agriculture market. Adopt measures to ensure the proper functioning of food commodity markets. You want zero hunger till 2030. So you have to do something because world is trying, so should you. But the question is how you can. First is buy fair trade products to raise income to those workers so they can feed their families. Second is write to local and national politicians. Third is tell your friends and family and get them to do something. With making donations, so you should also help to those people who lives on roads or on streets. And the last and the most important is we should not waste the food. If you can't go outside or distributing food or making donations, all you have to do is not wasting food or tell everyone to do it same, whether in marriage functions, to any parties or events, hotels, etc. Wasting food is not cool at all. Thank you.